I'm going to introduce you to the first stand-up of the night. This dude used to run Newcastle Comedy at the Oriental Hotel. He's got back into doing stand-up at the moment. He's absolutely amazing. Brendon Knott, let's put your hands together, boys and girls. Jesus.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can remember like watching Super Hubert when I was a kid on TV, and it's like, can we get another round of applause for Super Hubert? Because that was amazing. He didn't say a lot of the stuff he said tonight on TV when I was a kid, but still, it was good. Awesome. So thanks for showing up tonight, guys. Thank you very much. My name's Brendon. I am from Newcastle. I'm a local boy. I think I'm the only person in Newcastle that really doesn't go to the beach very often. And I think like what happened, I stopped going to the beach after they started doing that ad campaign where they did that. You remember the government did that like skin cancer ad campaign where they had that animation of a skin cancer cell like burrowing into someone's bloodstream and traveling through. And there was like a voiceover on the ad that sort of said, tanning is skin cells in trauma. Just one skin cancer cell can travel into your blood and in through your body. Just remember, there's nothing healthy about a tan. Do you remember that ad? It scared the shit out of me, that ad. I didn't go to the beach after that. That's all fine, but what about an ad that talks about the dangers of fake tanning, right? There should be an ad with just a group of orange ladies, right? With a voiceover saying, fake tanning is self-esteem in trauma. Just one fake tan cell can get into your blood and travel to your brain, causing you to become shallow and vacuous. Just remember, there's nothing emotionally healthy about a fake tan. I'd like to see that ad. Yeah. All right. So I was reading the Bible the other day because I really didn't want anyone to sit next to me on the train. And... yeah. And it reminded me about my favorite thing about Jesus, which is that Jesus had a job, right? What was Jesus' job? Carpenter, right? He had a day job, which I think is amazing, because what that means is when he was out there performing miracles, like walking on water and making loaves of bread appear out of thin air, there would always have just been a couple of guys in the crowd going, you see that guy? That is that fucking guy that did our kitchen. He just made loaves of bread appear out of thin air. Didn't it take him a month to do our kitchen? It's like insane. But and he would always have been out like trying to drum up business when he was doing that. Like he'd have his business card out going, oh, here's my business card. Here it says Jesus, forgiveness of sins, eternal life, and pergolas. Crazy. But I think like Jesus' mother was a virgin, right? And that's got to make it hard to be a good parent. Because how do you talk to your kids about sex when you're a virgin? Like what does Mary say to Jesus about the birds and the bees, right? Like, well, Jesus, when a mummy and a daddy love each other very much, but not enough for mummy to put out. We tell daddy it was God and just hope that the baby doesn't look like Jacob the shepherd boy. Fingers crossed. Now, you guys are good for laughing at those religious jokes. I get a bit nervous doing those jokes on stage. Last time I told some of those religious jokes, there were a few people in the crowd, got pretty pissed off, told me to get out of the church. It was an awkward situation. Very awkward. Because, I like doing the religious jokes, but the religions, they don't want to get on with each other, do they? None of the religions really want to get on, like, the Christians and Muslims, all the rest of it. And I think that we should have some forum for them to, like, take out their angst against each other. We've got, like, the regular Olympics where all the continents, like, go at it in the sporting field. I think we should have the religious Olympics and just let all these guys go at it on the sporting field. You could have all the like regular events. You could have like the shooting events, right? Like the Buddhists would not participate because they're pacifists. The Muslims might shoot themselves because they think there's 72 virgins at the end of it, right? The Christians would shoot the atheists because that's the only fucking way they're going to win that argument. And like, and you have other sport. The Catholics would lose at the tennis because they'd be distracted by the ball boys. And the Christians would beat the Muslims at gymnastics, right? I see, like, the Muslims would be better at gymnastics, but they just don't want to work on their landings. So, it's okay. Enough time's been passed, it's okay. Enough time. It's all good. She's just avoiding eye contact with me at the moment, which is totally fine. Oh, yeah, you guys having a few drinks tonight? Yeah, a few drinks, all right. Yeah, like I think I always like that expression, cheap drunk. People always say like, he's a cheap drunk. They always emphasize the word cheap as though out of those two words, that's the bad one, right? It's like me saying, I really hate that guy. He's such a lazy rapist. Terrible. But If you could laugh with everyone else, that'd be good. If you could. Maybe. Okay. So we do have a bit of an alcohol problem in Australia, right? And it's not just this lady; it's everyone. We've all got an alcohol problem, and you can tell because of all the drink driving ads on the TV, right? And the thing I hate about drink driving ads is that they always end badly. They always end with police and ambulance, and it's always terrible, right? And it's also not representative because sometimes drink driving works out okay. And I would like for there to just be one ad on the TV to represent the fact that sometimes drink driving works out okay. I just want to see one ad where there's just like a piss guy walking out of a pub, stumbles over to his car, gets in, driving home, swerving all over the road, and at some point he just slams on the brakes and spews out the window, and a semi-trailer comes through and cleans up the two cars that just drove past him. And the ad just finishes with him looking up at the camera going, fuck, lucky I was pissed. Drink driving, sometimes it works out okay. Message from the government. I would like to see that. But do you ever do that thing, though, where you drink so much that you black out and do a bunch of really horrible shit? And then, like, your mate rings you in the morning and tells you about all the horrible shit you did when you blacked out. Because that's the one rule of drinking, right? Once you've blacked out, you can only do horrible shit. And that is the one rule of drinking I would like to change. Just one time I would like to drink so much that I blacked out and did a bunch of really helpful shit. And have my friend call me in the morning and just tell me about all the great things. Like, do you ever remember what you did last night? We went over to Matt's place and you got absolutely fucked up. You were so drunk, you went outside and totally renovated his back deck. Then you drank another six-pack, did everyone's online tax forms and passed out. One time. I would like to see that happen. One time. But no, it's alcohol-related violence. Like, that's the big problem with alcohol, right? Alcohol-related violence. And I don't think it's fair to blame alcohol for that. You can't blame alcohol for alcohol-related violence. It's not alcohol. It's people who act like fuckwits when they drink alcohol. That's the problem, right? Like, we got the police out on the roads every Friday, Saturday night doing random breath tests trying to keep us safe. That is not what we need. We need the police in pubs and clubs every Friday, Saturday night doing random fuckwit tests to keep us safe. Like, we need plainclothes police officers just, like, walk into a pub and knock a guy's beer over, and if he turns around and goes, what are you fucking doing, mate? You fucking go and punch on. It's like, no, sorry, so you just scored 9.5 on the fuckwit test. You have to come with me. 9.5, sir. You aware that's 3 times the level of fuckwit you're allowed to have in you? We call that the Kyle Sanderland level of fuckwit. So, yeah. Like to see that happen. Thank you. That's good. Why can't the rest of you laugh that hard? Jesus. Yeah. It's awesome. I am married, actually. I don't know about you guys. I'm married. My wife, fantastic. I love my wife. She's just brilliant. She's just, like, looking into her eyes always makes me smile. Because she's got this lazy eye, which, like, wiggles around. Fucking hilarious. Fantastic. We had a cool thing, but she's pretty good, my wife. Like, we had Valentine's Day, not long ago, and for Valentine's Day, she gave me one of those sex vouchers, and on the sex voucher, it had written on there, good for 1 free blowjob. It's a pretty cool thing for your wife to do, right? But, like, it turned out to be really disappointing, because when I went to use it, the people at the brothel wouldn't even accept it. So, it's a bullshit voucher. It's crazy. But no... I am lucky to be married, though, because I was never good in relationships with women, going out with women. Like, I'd take a girl out to dinner, and I never knew whether, like, I should pay or I should make her pay. And you have to decide. There's other cars in the drive-thru, right? You need to make a choice. And but I really wanted to impress women, like when I was dating in relationship. You guys in a couple here? No. Oh shit! That's your roommate. Okay. Any chance of couplage? She seems quite drunk. No? Okay. So... She's fat. No! Oh. She's fat. Like, I think you were drunk. That's what he said. Don't mishear. Don't turn it into something that it wasn't. It wasn't that. But I have, like, guys in relationships, they always like to impress women, right? Like, and I, when I was dating women, I was trying to impress women. I bought an issue of Clio magazine one time because it had an article in there, and the article was called "Learning How to Pleasure a Woman's Body." Right? I thought this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna read this article, get some skills. I'm gonna be fucking amazing at this. And Clio's big analogy was that learning how to pleasure a woman is a lot like learning how to play a musical instrument. And that is bullshit, Cleo magazine, because I have learned how to play a musical instrument. I learned how to play the guitar when I was growing up, right? And when I was just learning how to play the guitar, when I was starting out and I was still a bit crap, like never once did my guitar sigh in frustration at me, right? If learning how to pleasure a woman was like learning how to play the guitar, you'd be playing it, you'd be going, okay, here we go. Down, 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 and the guitar would be like, no, that's not fucking it. Right? And then within 5 minutes, the guitar would get the shits and start to play itself. Right? And then go and tell all the other guitars about it the next day. All right, that is my time, guys. I'm Brendon Knott. Enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you.
Brendon Knott, everyone. That was great.
Thanks so much.